Hi everyone, welcome, I'm MisterBo, and today we're going to be talking about the Spyro and Friends Grand Prix, which is going to be launching in September, and we don't really know much about it, but we have a new data mine thanks to the Back in Time update, and well, that maybe sheds a little bit more light on what we're going to be getting in that Grand Prix. So of course, before we get into this, if you do enjoy the video, feel free to give the like button a big old hug. If you are new around here, subscribe for more gaming content and coverage, and if you do, also be sure to boop that bell icon so you're notified when my future videos go live. So with that out of the way, let's talk about this data mine. Now, we've already seen a data mine for this game thanks to BetaM, who data mined the game, I believe, when the Nitro Tour Grand Prix went live, and in that data mine found a load of information, including the upcoming roster for the game in terms of a load of different characters that we're going to be seeing eventually. However, in that initial data mine, there were two characters that people had assumed would be coming with the Back in Time Grand Prix, that's Baby Entropy and Baby Cortex. Now obviously, they're nowhere to be seen, so either those characters are still to come, either in a future Grand Prix, or they were scrapped characters. If they are scrapped characters, then that means some of the other characters in the data mine might be scrapped as well. However, in this new data mine, which is thanks to the Back in Time update going live, those characters are still all in the files, so we're just going to have to kind of wait and see on them. But we do have some new stuff to do with Spyro. So before I go any further, obviously, this is going to contain spoilers to a few items that we're going to be getting with the next Grand Prix. So if you don't want to know, click off the video now. But if you do, well then let's get into it. So here is a section of the data mine that BetaM pulled up. At the top, you can see August Fire Rocks Yellow, and obviously that relates to the Lava Rock Yellow wheels that we currently have in the game. However, the interesting thing is underneath that, for September, we have gem wheels. So we have gem blue, gem cyan, gem green, gem orange, gem pink, gem purple, gem red, and gem yellow. Now obviously Spyro has gems in the game, so it's pretty clear that we are going to be getting gem wheels in some way. Not entirely sure what they're going to look like. Are they going to be sort of normal tire wheels with sort of gems stuck in them? Are they just going to be a whole gem as your wheel? We're going to have to kind of wait and see, but of course we're getting the plethora of colors, which we have already had with the Twilight wheels and again the Lava Rock wheels. So that is cool to see. Now that's all well and good, but the interesting thing is what BetaM then managed to find, and that is texture files for two characters. That is Nasty Nork and Hunter. So these are the texture files for their characters. There's also a texture file for Nasty Nork's weapon. When you're on the podium doing your victory animation, he's going to have his weapon there, he's going to be holding it like Entropy does with his scepter. Now if you had seen the previous data mine, you'll have known that there were Spyro characters in there as well, and this lines up with what we're seeing here. Now in that data mine we had Spyro, we had Nasty Nork, we had Hunter, and then we also had Sorceress and Ripto, and that's 5 characters right there. Now we don't know if the limit to characters in a single update is indeed 5. Obviously we had 5 with the Nitro Tour, we only got 3 with Back in Time. Could we see even more introduced with Spyro and Friends? Now I think it's definitely a possibility. The fact that we know that the Grand Prix is called Spyro and Friends, and well, out of all these characters, only one of them is technically a friend of Spyro, the rest are kind of villains. It would make sense that we see more friendly characters added in. I think this is probably the only time we're ever going to see Spyro content added into CTR, so why not get as much as possible in at once? So we could see other characters, Sheila, Moneybags. The list is pretty big for characters we could see implemented in, but I think this at least confirms we are indeed getting Nasty Nork, as well as Hunter, and then of course Spyro. So let me know which other Spyro characters you want to see in the game as well. Now along with this Grand Prix, we're probably also going to be getting a track, and we don't know what that track is going to be at this time. I've speculated before that I think it would be cool to do something like what we saw with Twilight Tour, in which it was kind of 2 tracks in one, and do that with Spyro, so we're going through different regions, different worlds in Spyro in just one race. Of course we'll get the usual paint jobs, stickers, we'll get some skins for characters, which I assume would probably be themed around Spyro characters just on Crash characters. For instance, we might see Penta Penguin, but with a skin that kind of looks like Sergeant Bird, just allowing Beanox to add more sort of characters kind of into Crash Team Racing without having to make a whole new model, animate it, get voice actors as such, get a skin that resembles certain characters and put them on Crash characters, and then we'll probably also get 3 brand new carts. Whether or not these 3 new carts will be Spyro themed or not, it's kind of hard to tell at the moment. Obviously all of them so far have been Tag Team Racing carts, but they could make completely brand new carts that are themed around Spyro as well. Now, one thing I want to briefly cover that was also in the data mine, which hasn't been officially confirmed, it's not in the game at the moment, we don't know if it's coming to the game at all, but it is worth pointing it out just in case it does, so you're ready for when it does, because if this does go live in the game, it's going to cause a lot of upset. So we know microtransactions are coming, they aren't live at the moment, they'll be coming live in probably the next week or so. But in the data mine, there are some strings of text that say this: are you sure you want to fill your nitro bar for amount of Wumpa coins? We then have the text lines, your nitro bar is already full, and then congratulations. Again, this could be just placeholder text, it might not ever come to the game, but it shows that they were thinking about it at some point if we never get it, and that is being able to spend your Wumpa coins on nitro points to just boost your way up to the gold tier of the Grand Prix. Now, we've seen this in games like Fortnite. You can buy your way up to the end of the battle pass, but that's a free to play game. They don't make money on the initial purchase. We also don't know how much microtransactions are going to be in this game. Maybe $3.99 is like 2,000 Wumpa coins or something like that. We'll have to wait and see, and I'll be sure to do a video when they do go live to let you guys know, how exactly they work in the game. But fingers crossed this never comes to the game, because if it does, there's going to be a massive upset and probably uproar on them doing this, because it's essentially pay to win. And people earning these items the legit way are probably just going to stop, because people are able to buy their way to the max. And does that affect the Nitro points leaderboard? We'll just have to wait and see if this does eventually make it into the game, and if it does, then you can expect a video from me covering this. But that kind of wraps it up for this video. The main stuff I wanted to talk about was the Spyro stuff, because it's interesting to see that we have texture files for at least 2 characters. Obviously we know we're also getting Spyro. Are those the only 3 we're going to be getting? Is the data mine going to be correct and we're going to be getting those 5 characters that I mentioned? Or are we going to be getting even more? I guess we'll kind of just have to wait and see. Because it is such a big Grand Prix, it's a Spyro themed Grand Prix, I would assume they're going to start teasing it out slightly earlier than they did with the Back in Time one, because Back in Time they kind of only announced it about 2 or 3 days before it actually went live, and I think they're probably going to be wanting to get people hyped up for this, because there are probably Spyro fans that haven't actually played Crash Team Racing, and this might get them to get into the game and start playing it. So let me know your thoughts below. Do you think Baby Entropy and Baby Cortex are going to be making their way into the game eventually, sometime in the future? Which Spyro characters do you want to see? Do you have any ideas for a Spyro themed track or Spyro themed carts that you'd like to see added? And will you be upset and angry if they add in a sort of pay to win feature that allows you to get all the rewards in a Grand Prix pretty much instantly? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to start a discussion with you guys. So thank you very much for watching and hanging out. Again, if you are new around here, feel free to subscribe for more gaming content and coverage, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Bye.